Today, I wanna show you how to make easy, over easy eggs. Now, eggs aren't the hardest thing to cook. You can just throw them in the pan, fry them up, cook them up. But if you want those beautiful over easy eggs that are uniform and consistent, and if you wanna make a few at a time, what you need is a ring mold. Now, these can be super affordable to pick up. You can get a set of them online, or you might even have a set of biscuit cutters, ring molds already at home that you can use to make your eggs in a pan. So I have a pan over medium heat, heating up. I wanna get my ring molds warm too. So these are cool right now. I'm just gonna get them in the pan. Be sure once these are in there, not to touch them because then they will get hot. And then we're gonna get to cracking. I always like to crack my eggs in a small bowl on the side. Even the most experienced chefs and home cooks can get a little shell in there, so this is just a good foolproof method to make sure everything's clean and clear before it hits the heat. These are heating up a little bit. I'm gonna do a little spray. These are non-stick molds, really easy to use. We'll get these loaded up. Got a good sizzle on that, and this is the point where you can move that egg back in the center, let it sit there. Maybe you like a broken yolk. This is where you can break the yolk up so it cooks all the way through, maybe for a breakfast sandwich. I like a little creamy egg yolk, so I usually like to set that yolk and not cook it all the way through. You do wanna work a little quickly. These eggs cook fast, so try to get them in there so that one's not sitting waiting on the others like it is right now. If a little egg white leaks out, that's okay. Sometimes you have an uneven cooking surface or an uneven pan. I just push them closer to the ring mold. I've seen silicone versions of these. You can use them in the oven, you can use them in a skillet. There's a lot of varieties of different molds you can find for egg cooking. You can scramble an egg and do it that way as well. So as soon as those eggs are in there, everything's moved around the way you want it. I'm just gonna go in with a little salt. You can do pepper later when I plate it, but I like to cook them with a little salt, some flaky sea salt, and bring fancy today. And then we can reach for a lid and cover it. I like to lower the temp just a little bit. That way the bottom's not burning or cooking too quickly. And then it just needs about a minute or so for that egg white to cook through and those yolks to get set. You can go a little longer if you want that yolk cooked through. There should be enough moisture in that pan to steam everything properly. You can get a little bit of water, put a little splash in there, about a tablespoon or so. That'll create enough steam to cook those eggs through. But just like that, I'm making 4 eggs all at once. Usually if you're frying up an egg, you gotta do them in order, one at a time. This is a great way to feed a family, feed a crowd, make a couple eggs at once, or meal prep some breakfast sandwiches. A lot of ways you can use this to your benefit. And a cover on your eggs also eliminates the need to flip your eggs. You can just let them cook, steam through, so no flipping needed, and that way you won't break the yolks. You can already see all that condensation on the top, so there's plenty of moisture in there, steaming things through. A nice gentle heat to cook everything till it's done. Now, anytime I'm cooking eggs, I usually don't walk away. Eggs cook so fast. There's usually a fine line between burnt eggs and cooked through eggs, so just stay nearby, keep an eye on things. Resist peeking. That's why I love a skillet with a clear lid. You can see what's going on in there because you want to keep that moisture inside. So try to keep that lid on and keep the peeking to a minimum. Just use the glass. Once those yolks become a little opaque, they should be almost done. Breakfast is ready. I need to get my English muffins in the toaster. This is a technique that they even use at McDonald's to make their sandwich size eggs. A lot of restaurants do this as well. So I always say, if it's good enough out there in the professional world, bring it in. Use those same tips, techniques, and tools at home that people are using out in restaurants. Ooh, I think we're good. So we're gonna remove those ring molds. Non-stick spray, non-stick ring molds are nice. Things won't cling too much. Super easy. The bottom has nice crispy brown edges. I love an over easy egg like that. In the kitchen, we embrace mistakes. We embrace flopovers. Got 3 perfectly gooey yolk eggs. The whites are cooked through. And I have this nice fried egg too. And that's all it takes to make the easiest over easy eggs. No broken yolks. We've got creamy yolks, set egg whites. That steaming technique really helps. Perfect for breakfast or anytime.